Hello. Today I'm walking you through everything I eat in a day as someone who cooks for one and makes most of her meals from home. And I am a firm believer that any good day starts off with a good breakfast. And this has been one of my favorite combinations to make lately, and it is super simple. But we are, of course, starting off with a coffee, and this is sort of my DIY mocha. It's really simple. It's just cocoa powder, cinnamon, vanilla, a little bit of sweetener, and then espresso and soy milk. And I just heat it over the stove until everything is warmed through. And then in that same pot, I make a very big bowl of oatmeal. I love oatmeal because I find it really comforting to have in the morning and also super filling. But I always make the same base, which is soy milk, water, mashed banana, and then oats. And my banana was frozen and thawed, so that's why she's a little bit liquidy. But then I cook that until the oats absorb all of the liquid. And then I top it with pretty much whatever fruit is in season. So today I went with plums. And then I also like to add a big dollop of yogurt. And I love using Siggi's because it's really thick, and so it makes the yogurt nice and creamy. And then again, top it with that stewed fruit and then a very generous pinch of cinnamon, and have that in my coffee for breakfast. And it is like my absolute favorite way to start the day. Good morning, guys. It is currently Sunday, and we're doing a what I eat in a day today. But we're starting off with breakfast. We have a loaded oatmeal bowl, and guys, I've been making a version of this every single day because it is seriously so good. Usually I'll do frozen wild blueberries that I'll heat up, and then they get really like jammy. But today we switched it up and we went with plums because I was out. But I'm actually really excited. I feel like this could even possibly be better. We'll see. And it has 20 grams of protein in it too, between the soy milk, the yogurt, and the oats, because soy milk has a lot of protein, and then the yogurt I use also has protein. So I feel like it's a very balanced breakfast. And we also have my coffee, which is what I've been drinking every day. I know it's summer, but I kind of realized I'm not really an iced coffee person. There's something about having a hot coffee in the morning that I feel like for me just hits a little bit different. It just is very calming, I feel like. And it's always so good. Okay, let's give it a try. It's so good, guys. And then with breakfast, I take my omega-3 gummies, which these taste amazing. And then I take my B12 spray. But I'm going to eat this, I'm going to journal, and then I'll be back. It's quite a bit later. I just got back from a long walk around the neighborhood, stopped at Trader Joe's, picked up a few groceries, and then I also, of course, had to have 2 of my little energy bites. These are like my favorite things ever. They're kind of like an afternoon treat. At this point, there's 20 milligrams of caffeine in each one, and I'll have like 2 as an afternoon pick-me-up. And now it is time to make lunch. So today for lunch, I was really craving a veggie burger and sweet potato fries, and I had just gotten a fresh batch of rolls at the grocery store, so it was meant to be. And the first step was making sweet potato fries. So I always make them the same way, which is I just, of course, chop them up and then toss them with a bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper, and I usually will add cumin and garlic powder, but this time I didn't, just because I have a really good tofu vegan veggie cream cheese that I prepped, and I knew I wanted to dip the fries in them, and I really wanted to let that shine because, guys, this stuff is insane. I put it on everything. I do also add it to my dinner, so you'll see I use it again there, but I'll have the recipe for it below because it is my favorite thing ever. I've been making it every week and I just love it. It's literally just a base of tofu with some garlic, nutritional yeast, and then I add dried dill, chives, and red pepper, carrots, and then I think that's it. Just add it all to a food processor and it goes with everything. And then the next step is, of course, making the burger. So I just heated that through and served it on a roll. And then I also added these jalapeno and lime onions that are marinated in olive oil. And these things are insane. They make a bunch of different flavors, but this was the only flavor I had left because I've literally gone through them so quickly. And then, of course, I had to spread on a generous layer of that cream cheese because, again, I just love it so much. And I'm a firm believer that any good veggie burger needs some ketchup. And that was everything for the veggie burger. And then, of course, I had to add the side of sweet potato fries. And again, another generous dollop of ketchup and that cream cheese, and that was my lunch. It felt very summery and, again, very filling, which I love. Okay, it is now 5 p.m. and I'm still so full from lunch. I did go outside for a little bit and then it very quickly turned into me being tired, naturally. But I'm gonna go meet up with my friend Spencer at a cafe that's still open. I think it should be open till like 7 p.m. and we're gonna have a little work sesh. I think I'm so full right now, but I think my plan is to buy a little treat there to have for dessert tonight because that sounds really good. Good.
That's so good.
You know what? Okay, we are back in the kitchen. The chocolate donut was exactly what I needed. And I just got back from the park with Bear, and now he's eating dinner, and now it's time for me to make dinner. And I keep changing back and forth between like the three same shirts, but it's pretty hot in here, so I need to turn the air conditioning on a little bit higher before I turn the oven on. What I'm thinking for dinner is like a flatbread with, I've been making this tofu vegan cream cheese a lot lately. It is my favorite thing ever. I put it on everything. I think I'm gonna do a layer of that and then maybe a little bit of cheese and then some roasted zucchini and tomatoes. That's the vision, I think. We'll see what actually happens. I have been making this dinner on repeat lately. It is so tasty. And I've been saying this about all the meals, but perfect for summer. I am a firm believer that eating in season is just the best way to eat because everything tastes so delicious and so fresh. And so I make a different version of this all the time. But today we're using tomatoes and zucchini because that's what I had on hand. And so I just chopped those up and then sauteed them until they were pretty tender. And then for the pizza base, I use this flatbread that I have as you can see, a pretty big stack of because I really, really enjoy them. And topped it with some of the veggie cream cheese that I talked about. But it's also really good with a base of barbecue sauce or pizza sauce. And then you can switch up whatever veggies you put on it to really just basically use what you have on hand. Honestly, you can't go wrong with a combination of just flatbread, some type of sauce, some type of veggie, and then some dairy-free cheese. So once the cream cheese was on there, I topped it with the sauteed tomatoes and zucchini and then a layer of cheese and baked that. And then at Sprouts, they were giving away this drink for free. It's called Trip, or it's from the brand Trip. This was the peach and ginger flavor, which honestly, it didn't taste that strong. It kind of just tasted like sweet sparkling water, but it was pretty tasty and I slept really well. And it was like a calming drink. It had like magnesium and ashwagandha. So I think I would buy it again, honestly. And then once the pizza was out of the oven, I paired it with some fresh basil to really make it the perfect summer meal, and then cut it into pieces. Guys, I don't know why I always cut on my reusable parchment paper. Don't do that. Don't be like me. I need to stop doing that. I'm fortunate that I haven't cut through yet, but inevitably it probably will happen if I keep doing it. We have our pizza with the cream cheese, zucchini, tomatoes, cheese, and basil. I think that's everything. I'm so excited to try it. It looks really good. I did already have the donut as a sweet treat, but you know what? Might as well just have a little tiny another one to finish out the day. These are the birthday cake Drizzlicious, and they are the best thing in the entire world. I have to end every day with a few of them because I just think they're so tasty. All right, and that is everything for this video. I hope you guys had a great day, and I'm committing myself to posting every week. I've been posting a little bit sporadically, but I will be back on, if not earlier, on Sunday with a new video.